The other day I heard a presentation by Tod Bolsinger, and he's the author of Canoeing the Mountains. And the book is about the Lewis and Clark expedition and how Lewis and Clark expected to just canoe all the way to the west coast, but instead they ran into the Rockies and realized you can try and paddle as hard as you can, you're not going to make it through the Rockies in a canoe. And so this is important because Bolsinger speaks about whenever there's struggle or pandemic like we're living in, there's a couple stages of a crisis. First is the acute stage where you're just trying to survive. You're trying to do what you need to do to survive. You want to make sure you wash your hands. You want to make sure you're social distancing. That's the acute stage. But the most important thing is moving from that stage to the adaptive stage, where you realize, okay, the world is changing, it's turning, the world's not going to be the same. And so we have to face some hard realities. We have to face some hard truths. We have to be creative and think of new ways of being. And the adaptive stage is really difficult because it means you're going to have to say goodbye to certain things that you've always done because we're not going to do those anymore. And instead you have to be open then for the adventure that God has for us. And as Christians, that's something that we can do. The Apostle Paul in 2 Timothy says, he says, "For God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of love, of adventure, of self-control." And so that's the word for us today, is that God has given us this spirit, a spirit of adventure that yes, the world has changed, and yes, there's a lot to be sad about, but also, yes, there's an opportunity for us here, an opportunity to love, an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to lead. And so in this moment, as we're all struggling, let's look at the way that we won't just survive, but let's look to God to see how we can thrive. Amen.